Quiet on the set. You don't know. I've been on probation. So.
I know, man. It's not the first. Like, blink if you need help.
We can make some tea. Want some tea?
Okay, I'll take your stupid tea so I can have your.
Do you have some tea?
Do you have another This Is One Time?
No,
podcast?
I don't. Do you want to have this one?
No.
Sure?
No, I thought I was just promoting your podcast. Like,
I'm trying to. Oh,
like,
how do you like that sound?
Please don't do that. Shit's annoying.
All right.
Well, you're not recording right over here. Like,
I'm recording.
This is part of the podcast.
Oh yeah, I'll decide what I'm keeping.
Oh, that's funny. Dang.
You know why?
Why?
Because we roll right into it. Hey guys, welcome to this One Time. Today, the guest of honor is Sandra Saldaña. Hey. She is a Phoenix-based stand-up comic, fantastic mother, decent worker, big time shit talker, and she's running a beautiful nonprofit supporting orphan children in Mexico, specifically Tijuana, and you're starting to spread out, right?
Yeah.
Tell me all about it.
Please don't say it like that. It just sounds weird. You're just trying to spread out. Like,
trying to spread your wings.
Oh, okay. Yes, thing. Wings. All right.
Yeah.
So it started off in Tijuana, but there's just so many kids in need in Mexico that it started with an orphanage, and then it just kind of expanded to like soup kitchens, kids with low incomes. We visited some kids in Jalisco that are like the natives. So we had to like drive 2 hours up to like the mountains to reach those kids. So
is that still in the Baja Peninsula?
It's in Jalisco. I'm not Google Maps. Like Baja Peninsula. Like, come on, who knows that? I graduated like 20 years ago. Don't throw stuff at me like that, please.
Claude, will you come in?
Yeah, my kid might know that.
Why Tijuana? Why did it start there?
So it started in Tijuana because we wanted to give back to an orphanage that took my cousin in while we were trying to adopt him because he was taken from my uncle by the Mexican government. Mm-hmm. So in order for the Mexican government to kick in, like, you gotta really be in a bad situation.
For the Mexican government to take your kids, you gotta really...
Yeah. Okay. So not meaning to bash on my uncle, but that's what happened. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to find an organization where I can make a donation to, but just seeing how much like organizations pocket money, I decided to just take the event myself. And that way I knew 100% of what we were taking was going to the kids in need.
To what you intended. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So it all started from you trying to provide and be there for your nephew at that point? And how many kids have you been able to gift? What is clothing and toys? That's the thing, because everybody just wants to give them clothing, right? Well, you need clothing, but at the same time, as a child, you need toys to experiment with and use your imagination and play. You have to play as a kid, right?
Yeah. So we take them a pretty nice setup. So normally when people donate to like orphanages and low income kids, they always give like, oh, here's the hand-me-downs from that don't fit my kid anymore. So I feel like they see these kids as like, oh, you're a secondhand kid, you know? Mm-hmm. So what we do is we find sponsors that will help us purchase them new items. So that way they know what it feels like to get something that was picked out specifically for you. Yeah. And I get a list from the orphanage or the soup kitchen of the kids in the area. And in the list, it includes the child's name, their age, their sex, if like boy, girl, or if they go by something else. Yeah. And then it also includes their clothing size, their shoe size, and a wish toy. And we get them a backpack with a shirt, pants, socks, underwear, shoes, toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, shampoo, and the wish toy. Nice. So they get a pretty decent setup.
Yeah, and like you were pointing out, like you're buying these new for them and not just sending them hand-me-downs, right? Mm-hmm. How do they react when they realize that they got something new? It has the tags on it.
Oh, dude, you don't know how many kids I've seen surprised. Like, they get excited. Like, look, I got deodorant. I'm like, what the heck? like they're happy about it. And some kids that don't even know what deodorant is, they're like, they're teenage boys and they're like, what is this? Mm-hmm. And like, I have to explain to them like, oh, you put that under your arm so you don't smell. And they're like, oh, and they look at their friends like excited, like, I'm not gonna smell it. I'm like, yeah, I guess not. Yeah. but yeah, it's pretty cool. And like, so what we like to also promote is like, if you sponsor a child, go shopping with your family, because it also like brings families together over here. It teaches your kid like, hey, like we need to help other people in need. Like we're kind of in a good situation where we can help others. Yes. And it helps them appreciate what they have at home, because they find it surprising. Like, why are we buying this kid a toothbrush? Like, why are we sending this kid this? And
stuff that they just have had, kids here, that you just have it because, us as parents are able to provide it and you need it. But, there it's like they've been yearning for something like this.
Yeah. So
just little stuff.
So it like kind of opens up their minds. And I've heard a lot of parents tell me like, yeah, my kid like really loved it. They were like asking me questions about the kid. Like, well, what do you mean? Like, doesn't he have parents that will buy him this? And they're like, no, he's in an orphanage. And so it kind of teaches those kids like, oh man, I'm lucky. I have my parents. I wake up, my toothbrush and toothpaste is already waiting for me. Yeah. So it's been pretty cool.
It is nice. I had that experience growing up too. I mean, my parents, my mom for sure, my dad did for quite some time, and get really involved with the church. The Catholic Church back home. So like we did do a lot of volunteering and stuff out within our own grasp as well. Or my parents, I was too young, but I do remember us going to a couple of orphanages there in San Luis because I was closest to our home. And taking kids like this, new stuff, new clothes, new toys, and just seeing that, and it definitely planted a solid memory, and to be able to give to others. And my dad would always do like home improvements, and we'd go buy brick from this guy that would make it in San Luis. He'd make these bricks, and we're buying bricks from him for our home, and his home doesn't even have a roof on it. That tripped me out as a kid. I'm like, he's got walls because he's got the bricks for it, but they had two kids too. Like it was a couple and they had two kids, and I'm just like, they're just living here under the stars still. And this was back in what was like 1999, Yeah,
dude, I was tripping out. I was like, wow, your dad was bringing bricks from Mexico. Like I was like, dang. And this conversation went somewhere else. I'm like, oh,
I had a balloon up my ass, dude. I was like, Dad, what's this all about?
I was like, does your dad know you're a snitch? Like your 2 viewers are gonna hear this.
He's dead. 3 viewers with him in heaven. Oh man, yeah, that was definitely wild, and it's a good thing, and Sheila's brought it up too. Like the kids have volunteered, my kids have volunteered a couple times, but not enough to really kind of solidify that idea and for them to see it, especially now that they're getting older, because it's been a couple years since we've done anything. So it's just really good for our own kids to see that. And hats off to you. You're doing really well with this one over here. Yeah.
It took a lot of beating, but
how long can you hold it?
No, he's a good kid. I've never had to hit him. Yeah. He like, I threatened him enough that he was like, is she gonna really do that? No.
Well, you talk shit like crazy, so
yeah, I do. Sorry, guys, I'm a comedian. I really don't beat kids.
That is true. We got a fine line here, yeah. Because this is interesting. I mean, you're a comic, and you're a savage comic. I mean, you're not necessarily a roasting comic, but you definitely talk shit. Like you can tell that you grew up around the boys, and just being from a Hispanic family where everybody just talks shit to each other. That's our level of being endearment, right?
Yeah, endearing. No, like. I feel like if you grow up in a Mexican home, you have to learn how to talk shit, because like you got to defend yourself, because everyone's like gonna find like your biggest thing, like they're gonna call you that,
as soon as they see that it gets under your skin. Okay, there it is.
So you got to find a way to defend yourself. And like my mom's brothers, they're all like kind of close to my age. Yeah. So my uncles were like, they're a lot of shit, like they're big shit talkers in Mexico, Oh yeah. So every time we would go, like they would just talk shit to us. We're like, what the heck?
Yeah, because you guys are from the U.S. too, so they just make fun of you for being freaking Americans and all this. Yeah.
So like I have a pretty cool relationship with my uncles, because like when I talk to them, like I'm just clowning on them, and they're like, "Hey, that's your uncle." Like respect. I'm like, this was like 2 years older than me. I'm not gonna respect him. Like, I'm like, look at those ears. Like, come on. Like, so.
I gotta tuck my ears back. Hold on.
Yeah, they were sticking out of your headset. That's why I just mentioned the ears. I couldn't stop looking at them.
That's definitely something we need to point out. Because we are talking about a serious subject here and what you do and the good work that you do. But we also have fun because you're fresh onto the comedian scene, right? You've been doing it for about a year and a couple months now?
No, so April 23rd was my 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
So a year and like almost 1 month.
Yeah, almost 13 months or so.
Yeah.
I think we started about the same time then. And you're definitely doing way better than me, so hats off to you.
Thank you, yeah. I mean, it helps being funny, so you should try that someday.
I will take note.
Take note.
But it's we're gonna be funny on here because it's just a conversation. But we are here to promote your foundation here, and which is called
Sponsor Orphans in TJ.
Sponsor straightforward.
Yeah.
What do you guys do? We sponsor orphans in TJ.
Yep.
Yeah. So one of your main goals here is, and we were going to link you up with Sheila's dad, who's a very good contact to have in this regard. But your hope is also to maybe gain a few more sponsors, so people that are willing to, almost like a Christmas tree, right? Where you go pick the name out. What's that called?
A Christmas Angel.
Christmas Angel.
Yeah. That's kind of where I got the idea from, like Christmas Angel.
Yeah.
But Christmas Angel, they just do like a toy.
Yeah.
And I was like, these kids, like, it's awesome to get them toys, but there's a lot of things that they need.
Yeah.
So I created a list of like, please include all this in the backpack for the kid. And we like to put everything in the backpack because when a kid moves from one orphanage to another, they just place their belongings in a bag.
Just like a potato sack.
Yeah. So like, here's a bag, put your stuff in it. We're moving you to another one. So I decided to do backpacks because that way they have something they can store their things in, and they can also use it to go to school.
Yeah.
So I also like throw in notebooks, folders, and like I provide them with school supplies as well. So it's not just like what's inside the backpack. They get a little bit extra stuff to help with their education as well.
Yeah. So is your goal, would you say, I know this is pretty fresh, but is your goal to spread it as far as you can with it? Or are you trying to focus in to a smaller demographic first and kind of make sure that's running well before you spread out and go as wide as you can?
Dude, I would love to go as wide as I can. Like, there's so many kids all over the world, and the reason why I've been focusing in Mexico is because like it's easy, it's close to me to go to. I want to make sure that the delivery gets there, so,
and the dollar goes further there.
Yes. I want to make sure like 100% of what's being donated goes towards this event. So my goal is right now to get enough help because I do put a lot of it out of pocket. Like there's times where I can't find sponsors for like 20 kids. So I purchase stuff for all these 20 kids because I don't want to show up and then they're like, oh, I just got one thing, I want to make sure they get the same amounts that these other kids get. So like throughout the year, if I see something cheap, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna need that. And like I have like a room just
so you
stored.
Started to become a hoarder a bit?
I have like a room where it's like all my orphan stuff, and then I'm like, okay, I couldn't find stuff for this kid. I'm like looking through this is the girl stuff. I'm like,
are you trying to make up for all the abortions you had?
No, actually I've never had one abortion, so it's pretty cool. I have that under my belt.
That's a good one to have.
I'm trying to make up for all the shit talking that I do, so I'm like trying to buy my way into heaven because I'm kind of an asshole, but so I'm like, like kids, there's still hope for them. So I want this to be like a ripple effect where like you show them kindness. Maybe someday they can pay it forward.
Yes.
And I always tell them to like, hey, this was brought to you by like a lot of amazing people that I know that came together to make this possible for you. And we hope that maybe someday you see someone in need and you can also help them out. So it kind of like plants that little seed in them, Don't fucking kick me because I'm cooler than you.
Big ass feet.
Yeah, I know, dude.
What I lost my train of thought. Oh, so you're taking items for like what, 60 kids?
Yeah. So right now we have an event coming up in 2 months for 60 kids. So I'm still trying to find 53 sponsors for them.
We need 53 sponsors.
Yeah.
Well, my question is, so you show up with items for 60 kids in your vehicle trying to cross the border. What happens at the border with Mexican authorities while you're trying to cross?
Yes.
Like what's their questioning?
So it's funny because like the first time I did it, I was like, oh cool, like I'm taking donations. I should, like, my truck was loaded. I took like extra stuff, and they charged me quite a bit of money for. I'm like, no, it's donations for, and they're like, we don't care, you got to pay. And we're like, what? So then the second time, I was like, no, I'm going to sneak all this in. So I try to limit what I take and make sure that I only take for the event. Gotcha. So I'll buy the piñatas out there. Like I'll buy the candy out there because it's also cheaper too.
Well, not only that, but now you're supporting a local business there. So that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm purchasing. And then I also purchase the food over there. So every time we do it, like, we started this in Christmas. So Christmas traditional dinner at home is a tamal. So we buy all the kids tamales every time we go, and we take them soda. So we have dinner with them. We do a piñata. We do dessert. We do an activity with them as well. We do gingerbread houses, even though it's like throughout the year. Like if it's during Easter, we do a house for the Easter Bunny. If it's during summer, we'll do their summer vacation home. Yeah. If it's Halloween, they do a haunted house.
And you were saying like some of these kids had never even seen like a gingerbread house. Like they didn't even know what to do. They're like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I have to explain to them like, oh, we're gonna do gingerbread houses, and they're like, oh, what the heck is that? And I'm like, well, this way, and they like look at me like I'm crazy. Yeah. And then they start getting creative, and like I'll joke with them. I'm like, oh, you guys build this orphanage, huh? And they're like, no, like, I'm like, okay, but yeah, it's been pretty cool, like seeing how creative their minds get with something that they've never done before. Yeah. So
that's good. That's good. You're bringing that element to them to remember to be kids. You know, 'cause they're kids. They got no choice but to be a kid. But also they don't have, the ability to have like a normal childhood. Right?
Yeah. Man. Yeah, and so the point of the event too is like helping them forget about their problems, even if just for a day. Like, they're kids. Like, what problems do they have? Like, these kids are low-income children. They're kids in an orphanage. A lot of those kids are in the orphanage because, like, oh, their parents were killed by cartels. So now they're in this orphanage. Or some kids were, like, we did an orphanage where all the kids were HIV positive. So they were taken from, like, family members that abused them. Wow. So in some of our videos, like, we can't show their faces. It's just like from the neck down, just to protect their privacy or the back of the head. And other videos where it's like low income kids, like those, I'll ask the parents like, hey, is it okay if I record them? Because I know a lot of the sponsors are like, I want to see what they look like. Yeah. So we're like, okay,
the face that we're helping and their reactions and seeing them light up and all that. But at the end of the day, they're kids. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like to record everything, not just because like everyone's like, oh, you're just recording so people can be like, look what I did. I'm like, no, it's because I want the sponsors to see their backpack got delivered. Exactly. Like this is what your sponsorship was able to do.
You're seeing the good that you're providing. See all the work we did here, and then that's the payoff. The payoff is that smile, is the glow on their face from receiving the goods. Wow, that's great work, Sandra. I'm impressed by you.
Right? You thought I was just an asshole? Surprise, surprise.
Well, no, you are a big asshole.
Oh, thanks.
How's the tea?
It's actually good. I didn't think I liked tea, but I feel like I got drugged. I'm like, why is our room spinning? Right. What kind of tea is it? It's your cat allergies. I know, yeah. Cat allergies, guys. I'm crying about my awesome organization, man. What are you talking about?
You care very deeply about it. Yes,
I'm so into this.
No, we can tell. We can tell that you do, that you're passionate about it. Because, I didn't realize that was your first, when Christmas came around, that was the first time you were doing it. Because I saw your posts and all that, and I was like, wow, that's awesome. Like,
that wasn't the first time we did it. I think that was our 2-year doing it.
So you've been doing it before you even did comedy?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I was doing this before comedy. I think I started in, 2024?
Yeah.
think I started right before COVID.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah, so I started before COVID.
Yeah.
And like we would still go during COVID to
you were
these
able
places.
to go?
Yeah. Yeah, so we've been doing it. I think this is our third year doing it. I can't remember.
Well, if it's pre-COVID, COVID would have been 2020. So we're talking about at least 4 years.
Maybe. You know, I don't really remember when I started, but I know our first year we helped like 400 kids.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
How'd you manage 400 kids?
Dude, it's crazy. It's stressful. I hate it. But it's for the kids.
You hate
it's
it,
for the kids.
But it's for the kids. Ain't that it right there? You're just like, like all this work, and is it worth it? Is it worth it? You know, can I manage? Can it? And then you get there and you deliver it, and you see the response, and you're like, yeah, it was all worth it.
Yeah. Well, me and my kid have like this slogan that we tell each other. Like, there's times where we're like tired and we're like, oh, we gotta go get this, we gotta do this, and like he's like, he'll look at me, he's like, it's for the kids. I'm like, it's for the kids. So like we gotta remind each other, it's for the kids. But I could have sworn I saw a video somewhere where I, like, in my head, every time I say it's for the kids, I picture it in Mike Tyson's voice. Like, it's for the kids. For the kids. So we actually say it like that. We're like, it's for the kids. Like, we say it all dumb just because we picture Mike Tyson telling us, like, it's for the kids.
Maybe you get to the point where you can get Mike Tyson to even record the
that'd
the
be
promo.
Sick. It's for the kids. I would tattoo this. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. I would not do that.
You'd have to go with like those temporary tattoos for all the kids, though. You'd have to do that.
We'll do it.
It'd be crazy.
Mike Tyson. Do it for the kids.
Yeah, do it for the kids, Mike. Come on. After you're done beating up Jake Paul.
Yeah. Get that guy up, please.
Yeah. Are you going to watch it?
If it's free, yeah.
If it's free, you mean
like, I'll probably watch,
pirate it?
Yeah, I'll watch it afterwards where I'm like, I'll probably watch the reels of it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay.
Maybe we should get it here and have everybody over. I don't know.
Yeah, and see.
Yeah.
I'd do that. I wouldn't pay for it, but I'll watch it somewhere.
Yeah, no, you should come over. I want to get it. I want to see it.
I'm down.
I want to see the circus that it's going to be. I do think that
if we just wait till after it's over, we can just play it for free.
You could, but then we know.
No, we don't.
There's the live aspect about it. Sandra, it's like live comedy. It's like you can watch it on I can watch your reels and they're funny. But if I'm in person, but I'm watching it live.
But you're not even going to be in person when you play it.
But if I have enough people here, then it feels like you got the energy of the room.
Just tell the people that the fight just started. Like, oh, there was a delay. The power went out over there.
I'm going to have to steal everybody's phones.
Yeah. Like, turn the Wi-Fi off.
It's too much work. I'd rather just do it live.
Just pay for it.
Yeah.
Like a sucker.
Well, if everybody pitches in, it'd be all right.
I can't. I gotta buy stuff for all these kids.
You do. You got bigger fish to fry, which is why you would be my honorary guest.
Cool.
Claude has to pay though.
Oh dang! All right, you're staying home.
But he's got. I'll charge him a kids ticket. It's usually twice as much because they don't know how to be quiet. No, it's fine.
No, my kid's quiet.
Yeah, he's good.
He hasn't peeped a word.
Yeah, you brought his tablet. He's fine.
Yeah.
You were like, hey, can my kid come? I'm like, yeah, make sure he has a tablet. You're like, my kid's grown as fuck.
Oh shit, I almost broke your thing. Sorry, I'm clumsy. I've never drank tea before. I think it's hitting me.
Oh, you gotta put your pinky out and you gotta start speaking with the English accent.
I don't think I know.
You don't have an English accent?
I speak English.
Barely.
I'm like, I have an English accent, just not the one you want.
Yeah. Didn't you drop out in the 4th grade?
No, my parents didn't let me. They're like, you need to do better than us. We dropped out in 4th grade.
Right? Yeah, I think my dad dropped out in 3rd grade.
Yeah, I don't know when my dad dropped out.
Maybe 6th grade, I'm not sure. But he came over here when he was 15, though. I'll tell you that. It was wild, dude. I don't know if I would have the balls to do that.
Yeah, my mom came when she was 17.
Yeah.
Recently married to a 30-something-year-old. My dad's 20 years older than my mom.
No
It's disgusting.
shit, dude. Holy crap.
My dad should be in jail.
Are they still together?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my dad's So it's pretty cool. Like, I have a stepdad, so thanks to my stepdad, I know how to work on cars.
Okay.
And thanks to my dad, I know how to drink and beat women. Yeah. So that's the story of my dad.
Nice. So we might see a celebrity boxing comedy show, huh?
Yeah.
I've seen those being thrown around lately. Man.
Yeah.
So your dad was 20 years older. Yeah, I mean, that was... But
yeah, so he's the same age as my grandma. I think he went over, like, to hit on my grandma. Okay. And she was like, nah, dude, like, you're the town drunk. And he's like, oh, what's up with your daughter then? And then married her.
Holy shit.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. That's not what happened.
Oh, man.
But that's what I like to tell myself.
Yeah, because that is wild. That is wild. Like, my dad was 6 years older than my mom. And it was like very similar. Like I had her I had my mom. Actually, we did a podcast together. I interviewed her. I can't post it.
Why?
It's so dark.
Oh,
it is so
she
dark.
got raped by your dad, huh? That's sad.
Yeah, no, it happens. And it happens to a lot of women because the whole idea is that, hey, we're married, you're my wife, and I'm gonna have, sex when I want to have sex. And that's what it is. And it's not supposed to be.
I mean, I'm kind of glad that happened because I'm pretty sure that's how I was born.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, the circumstances. I know,
yeah.
right?
I'm like, I probably wouldn't have been here, but it sucks for them.
Well, no wonder you're feisty. You were born in rage. You're
dude.
conceived in a rageful event.
Yeah. No, my parents made me with so much love that theirs ended. So
nice.
No, well, actually, when my mom was delivering me, like this, I love this story that my dad told me. He's like, actually, it wasn't my dad that told me. My mom told me, and my dad confirmed it. But they told him like, hey, aren't you gonna go to the hospital? Like, your wife is in labor. And he's like, what for? I'm not a doctor nor a priest. And I was like, that's so cold. I love it. But like, I'm like, what an asshole. Like, if he was my husband, like, what an asshole.
Yeah.
But now my dad was recently in the ICU.
Oh, shit.
And my aunt called me and she's like, Mija, your dad's in the ICU. Like, we need you guys to come. I'm like, what for? I'm not a priest nor a doctor.
No way.
I'm like, got you back, motherfucker.
You got him. Did you show up, though?
I showed up. Yeah. I wanted to make sure the doctors tried everything to like bring him back,
Yeah.
And because he wasn't waking up, they're like, yeah, he hasn't woken up in like 3 days.
Like he was in some sort of coma?
Yeah, he was in the ICU. Like, well, I think he was just like too drugged up, and that's why he wasn't waking up. And then, so I wanted to try everything, and I was like, hey, Dad, like if you don't wake up, you're a Cowboys fan. That fool did not wake up.
Dang, you knew that was it then, huh?
I'm like, I knew it. No, I didn't say Cowboys fan, but I'm pretty sure that's what your audience understands. I said le vas a la América.
Ah, there you go.
Even worse.
Oh man, that is way worse. The Copa Mundial is about to come, right?
Is it? I don't know. I'm not really a fan. I'm not really a fan. I just know that not to go for America.
Not to go for America. Yeah. That was like the Yankees or the Lakers. Yeah, it's like
the Lakers are the shit.
But it's like for people that don't follow sports and they're just like, well, I just like this team. Yeah, they would like, oh, the Yankees or the Lakers or the Cowboys or the Patriots. Actually, would have been the newest one because of Tom Brady. Yeah. But that's just kind of like the people's cop out. I mean, I don't follow sports like I used to, but yeah, I have to say I'm an Arizona Cardinals fan just because from AZ. But other than that, I don't want
to follow all sports, but I do follow basketball and soccer. I mean, not soccer.
WNBA.
No. I'm like, yes. I mean, yeah.
Not soccer. Which one?
No. Baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah. Yeah. So I love going to the Dodgers games in LA though.
Oh, in LA?
Yeah, because like the LA vibe is just something else. Like everyone's a Dodgers fan, so it's just like everyone's just partying.
You like to be in the mix, man. Yeah. You like to be right in the heart of things like that.
Yeah, no, I do go to soccer games.
Yeah.
Just because it's like a desmadre, like everyone's just partying.
Yep.
So I like to see it live, but like on TV, nah, I'm good.
I love it. So your stand-up career, you're getting booked pretty regularly. You were putting on a couple of your own shows there to start. I saw you stopped really producing anything, right, for now.
Yeah, so when I started, I was because like nobody really knew me.
Yeah. So
I was like, oh, you're not gonna book me, I'll put my own show then.
Do my own show.
So that's kind of how I did it. But I don't really like producing. Like, I don't like dealing with people. And
exactly. You want to just be free to create and go do your art.
Yeah, I just want to show up, talk shit, get paid, and I'm out. Yeah, but yeah, so I don't really produce shows. Like sometimes like an opportunity will come up and I'll be like, okay, I'll do it. Like I just got offered to do a show in Rocky Point.
Okay, I was about to ask you if we can talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. So you got approached to put on a show in Rocky Point with anybody you want, right?
Yeah. So I can take the comedians, and we're not gonna get. We're still discussing it. I mean, he just hit me up today.
Yeah.
As of now, we haven't talked about like, oh, are we gonna get paid but he did say like any comedian that I take, we can stay in the hotel. And then So we have like a free night in the hotel at least. And then he's going to be promoting out there. Yeah. And then I follow like some Rocky Point page groups as well. So I'll be posting it on there. And hopefully like we get a decent little crowd out there.
Heck yeah. So, well, and it's Rocky Point. I've yet to be, but I mean, everybody goes and has a good time.
Yeah. I was just going to go party. And then go do this and probably do my set all drunk. Yeah. And then be like, I'm gonna fucking go party again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
what is the go-to places in Rocky Point for you?
For me, I like going to the beach and listening to banda while I'm drinking.
Yeah.
And then
just watching the waves.
No, I get in there. Like I go deep in the water.
Oh yeah. Huh?
Yeah. So like me and my kid, like we're always like the ones that are like furthest out. Yeah. I'm probably gonna die, get eaten by a shark or something. Because I'm like, if I go all the way over there, everyone's peeing in that water. I'm like, I want to get the hell away from everybody.
Where all the other fish are pooping and peeing.
Yeah. I'd rather get that fish stuff than whatever the heck these people are eating. Yeah. So, like, we kind of go more in there. Probably get hit by a boat or something.
Yeah. And how do you know this, the guy that approached you about doing a show?
He's my mom's... What is he like? I know she says, like, she didn't baptize him. I think she's, like, his... godmother from his first communion.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So it's like a family friend, and they purchased the hotel out there. And it's a small hotel, but it's pretty lit, and people can actually rent it out for like quinceañeras or like private parties. So like I think it has, I might be mistaken, it might have more, but I think it has like 14 rooms or maybe 20.
Nice.
And each room has like 2 beds. It has a pool. It has like the little area that they decorate for parties. It has its own private parking. So we've actually gone for like a quinceañera there.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were just like partying all night. We had a banda playing by the pool. Everybody, like the whole quinceañera party ended up jumping in the pool. Even the quinceañera girl. It was pretty dope. So, and it was like hella cheap too.
Yeah. So... we can say you're looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I just want to go Rocky Point party, and then get a free room. Fuck yeah. Like, let's do this.
I need to get it. I need to get on board. If there's room, I would love to jump on board. Not to twist your arm.
No, I got you. I'll put you on for putting me on your podcast.
Hey, that's how we do it. See that? Making connections.
Yeah. I really just want to take your father-in-law because that's the connection I want.
Oh yeah. That dude is a wealth of knowledge. Like he's done it all. He's done so many things. Like you need a help. You need a hand with anything, literally anything. You can throw it up, and he could probably like break it down for you, like right on the spot, and then connect you with some people. So that's a good number to have. So I definitely hope you reach out.
Oh, I'm gonna call him right now.
Yeah. I was telling you should call him on the podcast.
Call him.
I don't have a phone. It's over there.
Assistant, bring a phone.
You want to do it? Yeah, let's call him.
Yeah, we're gonna call him.
He didn't even answer my text.
Oh, he didn't? No, he takes forever. He's old school.
Bring me the phone. I'll answer.
He takes forever. He takes forever to answer back on text. But here on the phone, coming in, we have Henry Castillo.
He's so lost. You want to put it on speaker?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, I have your daughter here.
Yes. Did you abduct her?
Yes.
I
wanted to make it sound like I did, but I don't know. After seeing her, I don't think you'd pay much for her. This girl's a mess. He's like, who the heck is this, bro?
No, for a minute I thought like, she lost her phone somewhere.
No, I really do have your daughter here, but not in an abduction way. Actually, I'm calling because she said that you're a good connect, that you know like a lot of priests and stuff that used to work for the mob of the Catholic Church.
Yeah, America's Most Wanted. Yeah, list. Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't think you want to be on the most wanted list for a Catholic Church. That just sounds really bad. No, but so I was telling her I'm trying to start this nonprofit to help orphans and low-income kids in Mexico.
Yeah.
And where we like take them items that they need. And she said that you'd be a good connection because like you have millionaire friends that will donate to my cause.
This story just keeps getting better.
Do you have millionaire friends? Are they single? Because my baby needs a dad.
She told her name.
Oh yeah, hi, my name is Sandra.
Yeah, I saw the text earlier while I was having wine. It's like, okay, am I seeing things?
Yeah.
So you're a wino. A wino.
Tell him he's on the
So
podcast.
what's going on?
Oh
What
yeah,
are you
we're on the
doing?
podcast right now. I should probably tell you that.
So you're being recorded right now, Henry. You're on the podcast.
Oh no.
Yeah, so careful what you say,
I
Henry.
take it back.
Too late to plead the fifth.
Oh, we thought it would be funny to connect you two live on the podcast, and hopefully you guys can link up and do some. You can give her some advice on how she can take it to the next level.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'm sure that Juan's told you I run a nonprofit, and I've owned nonprofits and operated nonprofits. So, and I've done missions to Mexico for 2 or 3 years. So I'm pretty familiar with that.
Yeah, dude, I need your help because right now I'm just like taking the stuff. I'm not a legit nonprofit. So if you can like walk me through the steps of how to become a nonprofit, like I'd appreciate that, and how to like smuggle the stuff into Mexico because they are taxing me.
Well, I have even a better idea because you don't need to smuggle it if you do
What?
it the right way.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm used to like just smuggling illegals and stuff. So I just thought we got to smuggle everything every time.
Well, can you take some back?
Okay, got it.
Wow. So how long have you been doing this?
I think it's been 3 years already.
3 years. And you've been doing this on your own only?
Oh, well, my son helps me, and like we go to my church and like we'll ask for help from people there. And I also do like vendor events and like ask people for help on the street. But yeah, pretty much that's how I do it.
It's all you,
You do a
girl.
little bit of support. What part of Mexico are you going into?
It started off in Tijuana, so we're doing like all of Baja California. We have a event coming up for Juarez that we're gonna be doing. I've made it all the way up to Jalisco as well.
Wow.
Yeah, so pretty much anywhere that I can have like a good connect that will get me the list of the kids, then that's where we're going pretty much.
Yeah, I used to be a board member to one of the orphanages in Agua Prieta. So there's a guy there that could probably, a pastor I know down there that you could also get connected with.
Oh, dope. Yeah. Yeah, we want to like go to different places and see where like kids need the help the most, and then we'll probably visit that place more often.
Okay. That's excellent. Now, the cool thing, like with that orphanage, I got to meet some of the directors and instructors that run the orphanage, and they started there as orphans themselves.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. So their story's pretty good. It's pretty intense. Since they were an orphan, now they minister to orphans and they deal with orphans. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't an orphan. I didn't start this because I was an orphan. I mean, my dad did abandon me, but I still had my mom. So.
You have to tell my dad that she's a comedian.
Oh yeah.
Henry. Sandra is one of the comedians.
I get it now.
Yeah, I also do stand up.
So you do have a serious side.
Yep.
Yeah. I have like when it comes to the kids, I'm like I'll get serious, but then I like to throw in a joke.
Well, your interview for me to help you will be, I need your best stand-up in Spanish.
In Spanish, I got you. Think I can't speak Spanish?
Órale.
Órale, vato, what's happening?
Hey, I would be more than happy to sit with you and walk through the process of, how to get started and how to move forward and then how to raise support and funding and that kind of stuff. So
awesome. Yeah, let me know when your wife makes dinner and I'll be there that day and time. We can get
just
this
know
set
that
up.
you're going to be washing dishes.
It's cool. I'll take my kid to do that. Like I help the kids, but I also believe in child labor. Just with my son, I make the poor guy do a lot.
Wow, that sounds exciting. What you're doing, would be an awesome opportunity. I would love to help you out. So
Awesome.
Get with my daughter and we'll set something up on a weekend so we can sit and have that conversation.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm glad I didn't have to kidnap her to get this interview.
You can put the duct tape away.
She has to put up with you. That's the bad thing.
Right? Yeah, no, you don't even know. I was here criticizing her cooking. I was like, your mom better cook better than this. Like, all she did was reheat some leftovers from like 3 days ago. She was like, they were going to throw this away, but I guess I'll feed it to you. I was like, all right.
She scarfed it down, though.
Yeah, I went for seconds, huh? I got to maintain my weight for the fans.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Perfect.
My goodness. Well, I'm real happy that you do something like that you have a heart for it and a passion for it. That's great.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough finding help. Like, that's why these kids are in there, because, like, no one really cares about the orphans.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, we gotta help them out. We struggle getting this help, so really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, connecting you with some people, especially the Agua Prieta group, I think that you could really learn a lot from that organization and the players there, because they know what it takes to make things happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so once you get the connection inside Mexico, it's a lot easier to transport stuff in there, because you get your document that says you're transporting this to them.
Nice.
And that takes away the whole thing. I still had to fight with the customs, the aduana.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to take mordida, and I'm like, I'm not giving you a nickel, man. I'm not giving you a box. And no, this is for these guys over there. They have less than you do.
Yep. No, I cried to them, and like they're like, you're taking the kids' Christmas away. They don't care, man.
No, they're cold-hearted. That's why when you have a manifesto, they can't touch it, because the manifest says exactly what you're taking.
Oh, nice. I need that. So, yeah, because I've been I've literally been smuggling stuff in there. Like, I was like packing everything under seats and stuff, and then like one time they even tapped on my truck so that I can pull over. I was like, no, I'm just gonna freaking keep going. I'm like, I was looking, I was like, cool, they didn't even chase me. So I've got in the way. I was like, this is what it must feel like to sneak drugs out of the country, but I'm like doing the good cause.
Yeah, for the good.
Eventually, like it's like my first job to become a lord in the Mexico. And I'm just
It's your first venture. You're dipping your toe in that,
right? And like,
careful.
It's gonna be like a Netflix special. She started off so good.
They're gonna make you a saint. They're gonna make you a saint down there.
Yeah, I have a corrido about me smuggling goods for the orphans.
It's gonna be called Sandra the Orphan.
It's gonna be. Wow. I don't know what it's gonna.
Well, this is great. I'm glad that you had the guts to call me on her phone. That's nice.
Yeah, thanks. Because I felt if I called you on mine, you wouldn't have answered. So.
You're 100% right.
Yeah, it's like them damn bill collectors again.
No, it's like, oh, here's another one telling me who to vote for. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it's not about. Are you planning on selling your home? Because this is actually what this is, sir. Have you signed up for life insurance? Now that I have you on the phone.
Yeah, right?
Who replaces your windshield?
I got a guy for that.
Dad, I'm going to send you her phone number, and you need to save it in your phone so that you answer her call.
You're right. I will do that. Absolutely.
All right. Well, it was nice talking to you.
Hey, likewise. It's a pleasure. I look forward to helping you and be a partnership with you on this. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Juan's girlfriend's dad.
Later, Henry.
Oh, Henry. That's his name. I forget people's names, dude.
It's all right.
Like, I forget my kid's dad's name, so I had to name my kid after his dad. So I was like, who do you belong to? Yeah, it's that guy.
You hooked up with the Claude?
Yeah, dude, that's fucking... He lied to me. He told me his name was Angel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm like...
Santa Claude?
Yeah. So then that's why my kid's middle name is Angel, because I was like, oh, like his first name sucks. So
Ooh,
I
like that, though. Claude Angel?
Cloud Angel, yeah.
Yeah.
My mom calls him Cloud Angel because she's
okay.
Mexican and can't say Cloud.
Cloud.
Yeah.
Claudio. I knew a Claudio.
Was Claude because it's spelled with an E at the end.
E instead of that. Yeah. But I worked with the Claudio.
It's probably my baby daddy. Tell that fool to pay the
Was he
child
bald?
support.
Was he tall and bald?
He was tall, not bald. He was like really small hair.
No.
Trying to find that fool. Where's my money?
Different.
I'm just kidding. I need it for these orphans.
That was hilarious. That was a great story because you were telling me that you thought he was like, you're like, oh, this guy's different. He's kind of got his shit together. He's not drinking and doing drugs. And lo and behold,
he was on probation.
the whole time you guys were dating.
Yeah. Yeah. So, because I used to hang out with like all the gangsters and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm,
and then my homies. So it's funny. He lived 2 houses down from me. And my homie like called me up and he's like, hey, we're at a party. We're like next door to your house. Like, come through. I'm like, what? And then like I ended up going and like I was just hanging out with my homies. And then it turned out they were throwing parties like every day. Mm-hmm. So we were just hanging there like every day. And like, I didn't even like the dude because I'm like, oh, he's ugly. But what I liked was like, oh, okay, he's not drinking or smoking like all these other people. Like he's taking care of everybody. Like he would like, oh, I gotta go to sleep because I'm going to work. So I was like, cool, he's not a loser like all my homies. And so that's kind of what like interested me. And then it just turned out he was on probation. I was like,
he seems stable, and then you're like, oh wait, he's a little unstable.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, you're kind of crazy.
Yeah,
but I was already knocked up, so. Surprise, surprise.
More you can do other than, raise him
alone.
Like I said, man, he's from what I've seen, you're doing quite well for yourself.
Thanks.
So, I'm very impressed. Hey, your mom is a very powerful woman here. Just so you know.
He knows I'm powerful.
In a bunch of different avenues, no matter where you go with it. What other artistic outlets or like hobbies or other passions do you have other than the comedy and the orphans?
So I do the comedy, I do the orphans. I used to host skating events for the community. But
like skate land,
like roller stuff? Skating. Yeah. So we actually would roller skate on South Mountain.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Like down like the roads and stuff, or just up way at the top on the platform? So like before getting to the very top, you make a turn, and there was like a rink there that was built in the 50s for roller skating. No way. Okay.
Yeah, so we were like trying to bring life back to it, and I just been getting so busy that I haven't really been hosting, but I'm gonna bring it back like once a month. If anybody wants to follow that on Instagram, it's called Skating Views. Skating Views. Nice. And would it be like at night, where it's nighttime? Like you can really see the you see the city lights and everything. And actually one time we had a skater come out and show us like some skate moves and stuff. Oh, okay, some more advanced techniques. Yeah, and he came out in the Super Bowl. Oh, really? Yeah. As in one of the commercials, or as like a halftime performance? Like dancing with Usher on the roller skates. No. So you know how there was like roller skaters there? Yeah. He was one of them? He was one of them. He taught me how to roller skate backwards. Dang. So I was like, oh my God, I know that guy. Did you know he was going to be on there, or you just recognized him? Like I just recognized him. And then afterwards, like I saw him posting like, yeah, that was me on there. He's actually like pretty famous in the skating community. Yeah. So I'm not surprised that he was on there. Like he's a badass skater. Really? Yeah. What's the key to skating backwards? Because I can barely go forward. Yeah. So you got to do like bubbles. And then... like you open your legs and close them, open your legs and close them. Oh. And then eventually you can get the rhythm where you're just like gliding. Yeah. Yeah. But it's so hard. It's so hard, man. Like I'm like a nerd when I roller skate. Like I have my knee pads, my elbow pads. Like I am not. Yeah, headgear, you got a mouthpiece. Dude, yes. Like I'm not gonna get hurt. Like I'm 35, dude. I cannot be falling out there. The same outfit you'd wear for your conjugal visits? Yeah. Exact same one. Like he's gonna beat me. Yeah, no, but I'm a freaking nerd when I roller skate. Like I don't care. I'm old already. I'm not impressing nobody. No way, dude. I went roller skating. Well, we went ice skating this last winter too, but the previous year we went roller skating, and I'm like, dude, this is you're just asking for a like $10,000 ER bill. Yeah. And sure enough, I went with my kid's mom that
and she loved to skate, this and that, and she had the wrist guards too, but she ended up in karma because she was laughing at me as like I'm like kind of like trying to keep my thing. And she falls and dislocates her thumb right on the spot.
The one spot she didn't have protected.
I know, right?
Thanks. Now I gotta find thumb guards.
Yeah, there you go. You need them. That was crazy because we were like, well, we're not calling an ambulance. We can just drive somewhere. And she's like, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to pay for this. She's like, you should just pop it back in. I was like, I'm not gonna pop it back in. I was like, let's go to the fire department. So we swing by the fire department, and they're like, yeah, we're not gonna do that. We don't do that. And I'm just like, what? Like, come on, just. So I remember we just went home and I was like, all right. I was like, here, bite on this. I guess we're just going to pop it back in. I was like, it was a crazy ordeal. But that's a skating.
Yeah, well, I started roller skating because I dislocated my knee.
Wait, you dislocated your knee and then you start roller skating?
Yeah, because I couldn't run anymore. So like that's why I got so fat, guys. Like, because I just can't run no more. So, and I saw like a bunch of people roller skating and I was like, oh, I want to do this. So I just started like roller skating with them and stuff, and it's like easier on my knee. Like I can do it a little bit longer. So that's why I kind of picked it up, just so I can like try to get fit again.
Yeah, get some fitness elements, you know, in your daily life.
Yeah. So I'm like, everyone's like, dude, you're pretty active, but you're fat. I'm like, yeah, because I'm not like that active. Yeah. But like I like roller skating. Like we picked up skiing recently. So
where do you just snowball or do you go up to Sholo?
Yeah, we go to snowball.
Yeah.
And then
you know what we need to do, since you're bringing this up, we need to book a comedy show at the Honda in Sholo.
I'm down.
Because that's where we would go in high school for our ski trip. And they have a shuttle that goes to the mountains there, which is bigger than Snowball. Snowball is just more popular because it's in Flag. It's easier to get to. But that one's got better runs. Oh,
okay. Well, I'm not like that good, dude. Like I still struggle.
It's all inclusive. And I guess, you know, you could find out what's in Flagstaff and do a whole, you know, getaway, you know, like kind of what you're doing for Rocky Point, but this time in the snow, you know.
Yeah.
That would be dope.
I'm down, dude. Let's do that.
I want to snowboard so bad.
Yeah, well, I wanted to snowboard, but that shit's harder than skiing, so I picked up skiing.
I'm just scared of my legs. Even though I can do the splits, I'm just scared of my legs just going with when I don't want them to.
Yeah, that hasn't happened to me, but you know what happened? I fell back, and my knees were like still bent, so it was like half my body was like still, and I was still going down the mountain like that. So like my back was just like sliding and my knees were like bent and I was like, I can't stop. And then like I finally like just turned to the side. Yeah. But yeah, and I can just see like everybody on the lift just like laughing, because I know I would have been laughing. Like, look at that idiot.
No, yeah, my buddy went down on his back and head first on one of these steep ones, and you couldn't stop because it was that steep.
Steep, yeah. So
he had to go. I think it was like 80 yards until it kind of flattened a bit, and then it would drop again, and that's when he like had to pull all the snow out from his underwear and shit. Yeah, I didn't get that bad, but I did fall. Yeah, so you're saying you picked up skiing, and then what else?
Well, I also like horseback riding, but since I started comedy, like I didn't have much time to spend with my horse, so I sold her.
You had a horse?
Yeah, I had a horse.
Like, where would you keep it stabled?
At somebody's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was paying like $100 a month just to stable it there, but I was trying to find somewhere else because I could only ride her at nighttime, and the guy was like, "Nah, you come too late." I'm like, "Oh, all right." And then with comedy and stuff, I'm just like, you know, I don't really got time to, like, I felt bad in not walking her or riding her like they're supposed to, so I just ended up selling her, and I made a profit, actually.
Oh, okay, hell yeah.
So I'm like, hell yeah. So
what was your horse's name?
Rebelde.
Yeah,
because she was a wild one.
Is she?
Yeah.
She's like, get off me.
Yeah, I'm just like, fucking fat bitch. They're like, there's a weight limit for this. Yeah, so, but my sister still has horses. Like, her husband's, he's a horse whisperer, I guess. But like he trains them.
Is he Argentinian or something?
No, he's Mexican.
Yeah,
but he like trains horses, so they always got horses at their place. And if I ever want to ride, like, I'll just go. And then I still have homies. I'm like, hey, let me borrow a horse, and they'll be like, all right, let's go.
Borrow a horse for what? Do they ask you for what?
No, just your ride. Because I would like go riding with them.
I want to have tea with this horse.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, let me pet it.
What I mean, obviously, other than, a girl always wants a horse growing up, like, where do horses come into play? Like, in your everyday life? Like, how did that come about? Because we're in the city, right?
Oh, I'm Mexican.
Right?
Yeah, that's it. I think we're just like, oh, it's like, I don't know. We didn't actually get into it until we were like, I think I was like 15 when we started getting into horses.
Yeah.
And
so your parents were just like, yeah, we'll buy you a horse? Or?
No, my parents didn't buy me shit. But I think my sister bought it.
Yeah.
Like, so my sister like got into her cowgirl time, and then we started going to rodeos and stuff, and then we're like, oh hell yeah, like, so we started doing that, and then that's when we're like, well, I want to learn how to ride. And I think I was probably younger, because I remember in high school I would go riding with my friends, and it was funny because like they were all cholos, and then like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take you guys horseback riding. They're like, what? And one time my homie, he was like, yeah, I know how to ride. I'm like, well, no, you don't. Yeah. I'm like, let's race then. And we started like racing.
No shit.
This is like a 6 foot tall guy, and like he was big, right? Yeah. And like as the horses were running, like I just see him falling more back, and then like he just rolls in front of my horse. But my horse it goes up, and then I don't know how to say this stuff in English, but yeah. So I go around him, and I was surprised I didn't fall off. I look like a total badass, dude. I was just like, hell yeah. And then like I went and I grabbed his horse, and like this one was just on the ground. Whoa. Yeah, dude. That was pretty badass. That was like my badass moment. But then I've fallen off horses a lot too.
Well,
though.
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna ride horses and not get bucked off every now and then, or slide off, or do something wrong.
Yeah.
Messes up. What's the feeling you get when you ride a horse? Like, what's like for you?
I feel like it's pretty relaxing. Like, I don't know, like I just like you get out of the city, you're just like out there vibing with a fucking horse.
Yeah, because I could anticipate like a lot of people might be like really nervous like the whole time, because it's like there's just a big beast, but you're at peace with it. You're familiar.
Yeah, to me it's relaxing, and then sometimes I'm like, all right, I want to rent it, but then like depending on the horse, like if it's a horse that I don't know, I gotta like try to get to know it, like because some horses are assholes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So like you gotta like try. It's like a person, like you're kind of meeting someone. You gotta see like, all right, is this fool gonna drop me or what? So I don't know. It's just interesting. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. No, like, my family was around horses. My tata's brother is actually one of the Magnificent Seven from Temecula, California, where there were like 7 cowboys that would monitor like the whole ranch. And my grandpa, that's what he did. He would break horses for people. My uncle Alex, he does that. He sings on horseback too. And then my uncle Mario got really into competition. He got pretty big with like training, and now he's like he's a veterinarian. He's not a certified veterinarian. Like he didn't go to school with it, but he's been doing it for 55 years. Like this, the people go to him. Yeah,
that's how we have a guy like that. Like I'm not gonna take my horse to a vet. Like I know this guy that's grew up seeing his grandpa, and that's how they fall into it. But my dad, he used to go to colladeros. So that's where like you run next to the bull, you grab them by the tail, and like you grab the tail, you wrap it around your leg, and you pull it, and you drop them, and then you keep running.
Okay.
So
by the tail.
Yeah. So like you run next to the bull, you go down, you grab its tail, like you kind of like wrap it around your leg and pull it till the bull falls. And if you drop him, then you get like a ribbon. Yeah. So my dad used to do that, but he never like really took us to that stuff. I think what we grew up more around was cockfighting.
Yo, no shit. You went to cockfights?
Yeah. My uncles in Mexico, they're all cockfighters.
Yeah.
Like saying that, cockfighters.
Yeah.
And so, I'm like, animal cruelty. But like when it's something like you just kind of grew up with.
Yeah, it's in the culture. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like And I've taken my kid to it, and he's got a gambling problem because of it now. So we're actually going to therapy for that. No, just
it's the kid out of here.
No, but he does have a gambling problem. I was like, bro,
your son got a gambling problem?
I gotta get him. I'm like, you gotta get rid of that now that you don't have a family. I'm like, later on, you're gonna lose your whole family. Like, I bet the house last night. You know?
Yeah, you gotta be careful. I know my buddy Chris that I was just here. He was telling me how he went into town to get a new car, and the guy that he was supposed to talk to wasn't there, his salesperson. So he's like, they'll be here in like an hour. So he's like, fuck, I'll go to the casino. He ended up gambling his deposit for the car. No. So he ended up leaving empty-handed because he was just like, oh, yeah, making
That's
these
gonna
moves.
be my kid. No, actually, I have the gambling problem. He's like more stable. When he was little, he did. Like when he was 6, like he didn't know how to bet.
Well, yeah, he's 6.
But he's 14 now, so he's got it under control now.
A 14-year-old having it under control.
Yeah, it's me that he's like, Mom, once you lose 40, you need to stop. I'm like, no, I think I can win it back. He's like, you're not gonna win it back. You never win it back.
No, you can't have like going to the casino. Yeah, I don't know. You can't. In my opinion, like, or at least I couldn't go in there and saying, I'm going to win this money. Yeah. No, to me, it's like, I'm going to spend this money for a good time. Yeah. And hopefully I come out. But either way, the way I'm looking at it is, here's, $60, $80, whatever I'm going to spend that night. I'm just going to have a good time. Yeah. We're here to enjoy what we get from gambling. Because if you might know, a gambler's addiction, like that addiction that most people have, it's not actually when you receive it. That's not what the thrill is. The thrill is right before it happens. That split second right before you know. It's like when you get a text message or a phone call, and it's like that could be anybody, and then you find out who it is, and even it might be someone you're wanting to talk to, but it's okay, cool. But it's the moment. It's like,
is it gonna land on my number? Is that my card?
That's why it's like, oh, well, hey, I won that one. Let's go next one, because the rush isn't actually winning. The rush is the uncertainty of where it's gonna land.
Oh hell no! For me, the rush is winning. I'm like,
you say that?
No, but I do limit myself because I'm poor. So
tell me about it.
So I'm like, it's just 60.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't like casinos and I don't like strip clubs, but it's really because I'm broke as fuck.
I don't like doing it, but I like to pretend like sometimes I live this high life, But $60 is my limit. But I like to joke with my kid. I'm like, I'm gonna win it back, I promise. Like he's like, no, Mom. No, Mom.
He's crying there and trying to drag you away.
Yeah, we role play a lot, like where I'm like this piece of shit person, and he thinks it's role playing, but it's like really our life.
You're actually taking off the mask. Yeah. I'm like, this is me. Okay, now
I'm like, no,
happy mom is back.
I'm not an alcoholic. I was pretending I was one.
So do you, is it just like slots, or do you play actual games?
I don't like the slots because I don't understand them. And tell me about it. So I'm like, wait, I lost everything already? I just pressed the button twice. But I play the roulette table. Oh, shit. Yeah, even though it's not like really something that you're going to get rich off or anything.
So, I've never played it, right? So what do you, walking up to the table, give me your mind frame, like your state of mind, like walking up, like what are you looking at? Does it depend on who the dealer is, I guess? Are they called the dealer?
So I normally look at the numbers that have been playing. Like the one, because it has there like, oh, it's landed on this number. Gotcha. And I'm like, hey, that number's hit like 3 times. Maybe it'll hit again. And that's kind of like, I like to pretend there's a pattern.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm like, okay, it's been 4 black numbers and 2 red, then 3 black. I'm like, oh, I'll go on this one. I think it's gonna land on this. Yeah. So it's like a guessing game.
For sure.
But yeah, I normally play more the end numbers because you win more if it lands directly on the number, or you can split it, or where it's you get half of what you win, or you'll get a fourth of what you win, or a third of what you win. So
it's a lot of math.
Yeah. Yeah. So
what's your favorite casino then?
I don't have one.
You play them all. You're waiting for a sponsor. You hear that, casinos?
Yeah, I'm going to gamble out the money for the orphans. That's what this is really about. Thanks a lot, man. Now I'm not going to get... Why are we talking about gambling? Like, everyone's going to think... Everyone's going to think I'm an alcoholic gambler. Like, she doesn't care about these kids.
We prefaced it with your comic. You say shit for the audacity of saying it. For the reaction.
Yeah, all right, cut this whole part out.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't really like go to casinos, but like if I'm out on vacation, like in Vegas, like we'll probably hit a casino like one night, or like when we go on the cruise, like I'm gonna hit the casino.
You guys just went on a cruise, right?
Yeah, we just went on the cruise.
That was just a relaxing one, right? You weren't like performing or anything.
No,
like
I tried. Like I wore my comedy shirt, like hoping they'd like call on me, like some crowd work.
Were they doing some shows there?
Yeah, they do comedy shows there. So then that's actually what got me to do comedy was like I was on a cruise ship and I was like, I'm better than this person.
Oh shit! Look at you.
And I was like, well, they're on here and like they're getting paid and they're on the cruise for free. I'm like, I should become a comedian. And actually doing this thing for the orphans in TJ helped me with my stage fright. So because when I first started going to like churches to talk about like what I do, I had to make an announcement in front of like all these people. Of course. And I was up there like shaking. I was like I wanted to freaking cry, like because I was like talking in front. I was like could not talk, and then I was just like, oh my god, that was so hard. But after doing like a couple announcements, I was like, okay, I can talk in front of a crowd. Yeah. And my friends were like, they would always tell me like, dude, you're freaking funny. Like you should think about doing stand up. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do it. Like, but I always had stage fright. Yeah. So going to the churches and like kind of getting rid of that stage fright was what kind of pushed me to do stand up. And last year for my birthday, I was like, you know what? I didn't have planned anything for my birthday. I think my big thing is like, I'm gonna give this stand up thing a try. Yeah. And I Googled like, where can I do stand up? And the New Faces of Comedy came up for Stand Up Live. Nice. So I signed up for that. Wow. And that was like my first stage ever.
Your first one was on Stand Up Live. Wow.
Yeah. And then right there, Rob Maybe was a host. And like I did my set and I killed. Like it's actually my set that I've been doing since I started, and I've just been like improving it, so I'm glad I recorded it because I was able to like memorize everything I said that night and been able to like improve a lot of the stuff. And well, when I came off stage and Rob came to the back, he was like, hey, you were like really good, you need to keep doing this. And he invited me to my first open mic, like Aguila Hideaway.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, so he invited me there, and then he told everyone, like, dude, she fucking killed last night. Nice. And I did my set there, and then someone's like, you should go to the Purple Turtle, like, they'll freaking put you on. So then I went to the Purple Turtle, like, the next day. Dang. And I think it was on two days later, because Hideaway was on a Tuesday, and then the Purple Turtle's on Thursdays. Yeah. So 2 days later, I went to the Purple Turtle. And I asked Jesse, I'm like, hey, can I do just a 3-minute set? And maybe if you like me, you'll book me. Yeah. And he's like, yeah. And I did a 3-minute set, and he actually paid me for it, like, because he do tips. So he paid me.
Jesse's good about that.
Yeah. I was like, oh, cool. And then he's like, you were good. Like, I'm going to book you. So I got booked from there. And then at that one, somebody's like, you should sign up for this competition. I was like, all right. So I just signed up for the competition.
So snowball.
Yeah. And because everywhere I went, somebody's like, go here, go do this.
Well, they recognize it.
Yeah. And so I signed up for the, what is it? Oh, I can't remember.
Is the funniest person with a day job? Or
no, it was the one in Awatuki.
Yeah. Funniest comic in the valley.
Funniest comic in the valley. So I signed up for that one, and I made it to the top 10. Nice. And then I think that's what kind of got me noticed a little bit more, and people started seeing me at shows, and then I just kind of started getting booked, and I kind of just fell into the comedy. Yeah. So,
well, your stuff comes off very natural, and you're just like just the back and forth. I mean, even with like the phone call with Henry and us, conversating over dinner. It's like, it's very natural to you. Like you're definitely like one of the people like I have friends like that where it's like they're just, not just like you, but very similar. And it's like, you guys are funny, like go. Yeah. But it's the whole stage fright thing. They're like, we can't do it,
Yeah. Now that I'm up there, I'm like, I'm just going to talk shit to these people like they're my homies, and yeah. Because I've been talking shit my whole life. So that's what it is.
But we continue talking shit.
I'm gonna keep talking shit. Talk shit all day, every day.
Okay, so let's bring this home.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
The kids.
Yeah, it's for the kids.
It's for the kids.
It's for the kids.
Mike Tyson is for the kids. So there's an Instagram page for that, which is
Sponsor Orphans and TJ.
Sponsor Orphans and TJ. You're hoping to bring back your skating page as well. And events, which is
Skating Views.
Skating Views. Your Instagram handle
is Sandra Saldaña Comedy.
All right, perfect. Is there any other like Facebook or TikTok or anything else you want to push?
So I also have a Facebook for Sponsor Orphans and TJ, Sandra Saldaña Comedy. My Facebook for my skating is actually Skate Sky Views, but I didn't know how to change the name. I wanted to change it to Skating Views, but yeah. So I try to post about like roller skating in places that have a nice view. So every time I travel, I take my skates with me. Okay. And nice. I find like a dope spot to skate at, and like I'll record like the ground, like the views out there, and tell people like, hey, come roller skate here kind of thing. I do have a TikTok for Skating Views and for Sandra Saldaña Comedy. I don't have one for the orphans because it wasn't letting me set up one, but I'm trying to do a TikTok for that one. Nice. And YouTube wise, I have one for Sponsor Orphans and TJ, but the video I have on there is in Spanish.
It's all right. You can throw subtitles on.
Yeah.
And learn some Spanish. I mean, you guys, you live in Arizona, for God's sake.
Get paid more, $1 more.
Right? We're bilingual. Yeah. You can talk shit twice, you know? That's it. Beautiful. Anything else you want to leave the audience with? Words of wisdom.
Help these kids, man. Help these kids. They really need your help. And if you don't, you're kind of a dick.
Yeah. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Help the orphans.
I do it for the kids.
Sandra, I got nothing but love to you. For you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for drugging me and inviting me with tea.
Yeah, good luck getting home.
I know. Let's go. I brought my DD.
Get his permit. All right, guys. Please follow Sandra and all the awesome things she's doing. And before you know it, she's going to be a big star. So follow her. And thanks for tuning in. Until next time. Adios.
Bye. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Right? How do we end?